Stevenson. And leading them all today for the first match of day 2 of Summer Bash is Ben Pro. Over to you, Ben.
Thanks very much, Brian. Well, Dewsbury and Batley kick off day 2 in Blackpool for the second year running, with the Bulldogs looking for back-to-back wins against their heavy woolen rivals, and victory here could lift Batley to 3rd in the Kingston Press Championship. Featherstone taking on Halifax, of course, later today. If Batley can stay in the top 4, a potential middle 8 qualifier against fallen giants Leeds could be the latest fairy tale ending for John Keir ahead of next season's Wakefield return. We are underway. Dewsbury have the first possession.
That will not please John Keir. Right from the kickoff, far too strong. Well, this is a blessing for the Dewsbury Rams. Well, they realise that 2 points so vital.
Great start then for Dewsbury. This penalty allows them to camp right down in that Batley half of the field. Inside 30 seconds, they're in the Batley danger zone. Here is Rob Spicer for the Rams, with Dewsbury since 2009. The carry comes from Farrell. Guzdeck now for Dewsbury. Just patient build-up, applying the pressure early. Just 5 metres away. Andy Kane directing operations. Farrell again moves in. Oh, and then a knock on. It was Adamson.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the pass, and Adamson really should have taken that in. You can see he just took his eye off the ball at the vital moment.
Such a poor decision, I think, in finding. You've got 2 really experienced halfbacks in Andy Kane and Paul Sykes. Very, very effective at this level, and particularly Andy Kane as first receiver. You've got to find the quality of those individuals in that area of the field.
Really nervous start from both sides. Gifting possession.
Really positive start though by Dewsbury.
What a tackle that was. Dewsbury, a statement of intent within the first 2 minutes here in Blackpool. What a challenge. Forced the drop out. They're going to get possession back in a minute.
Tremendous work by Joel Farrell, the hooker. Got right underneath the man with the ball. There was no chance.
There's one thing making a mistake, it's what you do on the back of it that's probably more important. And Dewsbury responded to that unforced error of the knock-on with some sterling defence. Laying the line very, very early. They're here and they mean business.
And now it's more defence for Batley to do. Keegan Hurst, the captain, leading by example. It's a central position for the Dewsbury Rams. Adamson gets the pass away. Now it's Guzdeck. Guzdeck still going. Guzdeck almost to the line. He's going to be forced into touch. That's great defence from Batley Bulldogs. There's 5 around the player in possession, but they've got a penalty, the Batley Bulldogs.
High shot. And you'll see there it was just a stray arm. Just a stray one, and Alice Elite also made contact into the face.
Of course, Dewsbury got the penalty, I beg your pardon, so they continue to exert this pressure. Great start for Glenn Morrison's men so far. A metre short again. Hurst with the tackle. That was Farrell with the pass. Further wide. Dalton Grant just taken down by James Harrison. Wants the quick play of the ball. He's going to try and dive over here. Pinch one. Has he got the ball down?
Well, it's not
Tom Grant's
satisfied.
going to have a look.
He's not satisfied, Ben, and he's given a try on the field of play, and I think he's got it down, John.
Unless he's knocked this on, lost possession, we could quite clearly see from the initial camera angle that there was ball on whitewash. It's just whether is Jason Crooks in control of that ball? Is he in possession?
As you said, John, they're giving a try on the field. Jason Crooks just trying to stretch out.
Well, I think he's got the arm over the ball. Sorry, fingers over the ball. Surely this is going to be given. Tom Grant, the official, has said it is a try down. Sam Ansell is the video referee.
There's a worrying sign for Batley. There's more players on top of the ball and on top of the Dewsbury player than underneath it. You've got to get underneath the ball. You have to put a barrier between the man scoring and the grass, and there's no one there. You're looking at a stray hand.
Here we go then. Has this pressure from the Rams told it has? Jason Crooks gets the first act of day 2 in Blackpool. Dewsbury ahead by 4 points to 0. His 5th try of the season. Celebration's a good one as well. The sun is shining for Dewsbury Rams just now.
Yeah, it started off badly for Batley. They took the full back, goes back, and the defence. Look at this, just get traded. They mean business to the Dewsbury side. That is for sure. And then they give the penalty here. You can see a high shot. It's well spotted there. And from this, he just shoveled his way through. It's wonderful work by the centre, Jason Crooks. They caught Batley first and second markers. They seem to have the number, but the upper body strength from Crooks has got him over the line. Wonderful, wonderful start for Dewsbury.
I think full credit to Crooks there for getting over. I think Batley could be most disappointed about that attempted tackle on the goal line. It looks hard done to on a couple of occasions there. The kick-off was a little bit of over-exuberance. He looked for me like he got himself back in play there.
Dewsbury born Paul Sykes adds the extras, and Dewsbury with a perfect start. 4.5 gone, 6-0 they lead.
Well, from a coaching perspective, when you're in situations like that, you need your players under the man, under the ball. If you're all on top of the ball and the opposition player, and it's nothing more than a stray hand or a stray arm, you don't deserve the benefit of the doubt. Tackle technique wasn't good enough on that occasion.
Jason Crooks makes himself the centre of attention, and Dewsbury have the ball back from the restart. Good work in defence though from Keegan Hurst. He's been impressive in these opening moments for Batley in defence.
Keegan's done! Nice and square! Hold it, hold it. Tackle 2.
Blake puts the shoulder in.
Get your arm out! Here's the mark. Good work.
Farrell. Been so lively early on. Farrell picks up possession again now. Goes to the left. Sykes with the kick. Arrows it down. Well, that's good defence, good positioning. What's the chase like? Oh, it's a big hit that. Oh, Shane Grady put the shoulder in there.
Yeah, Dave Scott, the fullback, certainly felt it. Ooh, they mean business. Bit of a high shot there from Farrell, I feel. Could have been penalised. Boy, they mean business. Batley, a little bit of a shell-shocked at the moment.
All the talk about Batley heading to try and get back into the top 4, that crucial top 4, of course, but it's Dewsbury who've started so well. Wonder if that one will make the shortlist. Barry and Terry's biggest hits. You can catch that on the website on Tuesdays. Sure, it's a contender.
Well, again, Batley coming up with an error. It looked like it. Farrell has got a shoulder charge into it there. Made no real attempt to wrap the arm around, just put the shoulder in. Not seen by the officials.
The man in your picture, Luke Adamson there, I think he's got away with one handing on the ball. The decision's gone against Batley, and it's once again possession to Dewsbury.
Knock on though from Crooks, I think it was. Retty on the back of that.
Well, that is a sin to come up with a knock on very, very early in the tackle count. That really should have been 4 drives, kick into the corner, turn around Batley time and time again.
Game management or control is very, very important at any level of rugby league, and we've seen very little of it so far in this game this afternoon. Very nervous, I said that in the opening few minutes. It's a very nervous start. Both sides have had a full chance yesterday to watch the 3 games that were on show here in Blackpool, and they've not quite got to grips with the tempo of this match at the moment. They're both scratching round to try and find their way forward.
Gledhill with a good run. Blake gets the ball away, and then it's Brambani who can't take the ball in. Don't make the most of that opportunity, really, Batley.
But it's given a penalty. Now, I think you'll find, I think it's Luke Adamson that makes contact after the ball has been passed. And that's the reason why Batley have got the penalty.
So a chance to examine this Dewsbury line now for Harrison. Another big hit coming in from Farrell. He's pumped up early on. Brambani's pass on the bounce, not the best. And Batley can launch the counter here. Dave Scott in a good position. Glenn Morrison his men in possession again. John Keir won't be happy with that.
No, I agree with Paul that both sides are a little bit nervous. Panic stations. The side that just settles down better, gets back into the kicking game, will take control of this game.
Championship level, you play on pitches all sorts of shapes and sizes and levels of slope. Both teams are not used to playing in conditions as good as this, and it's a factor. They're getting a little bit giddy, a little bit carried away with it. The first team to settle down has got a chance of taking a grip on this game. They're playing the occasion at the moment and not the game.
The vastly experienced Paul Sykes with the error.
That's just one of the individuals really who should be taking control of this game. Dewsbury have not had a great deal of form to speak about in 2016. Batley straight out the blocks. They won some really important opening games in the season. Lost away just recently. They've won 2 coming into this, but any signs of form from either side look really thin on the ground, Ben.
Yeah, sensational start to the season for Batley. They beat Lee in the opener and then drew with Bradford. This is Gledhill now for the Bulldogs. Pass collected by Alugia. That's a great offload as well for Ainscoe. And Ainscoe wrestles himself away from one. They swarm around him to prevent the 4-pointer. Look for a moment like it was going to open up for Ainscoe. This is Southernwood now. Keegan Hurst. They've just lost a little bit of momentum there, Bradley.
Not only that, they really should have put the kick in. Lack of communication there. The big fella Hurst. Really, it's very poor from Batley.
Completion, kick and chase is often sneered at in the modern game, but it has a vital role, especially when players aren't in current fantastic form. You've simply got to get a grip of the game. You know, they're looking to be expansive. You know, we've had kickoffs going out on the full, 4 or 5 unforced errors, a number of penalties, not kicking on the last. Neither side are in the zone at the moment.
Good run from Chandler.
Wait! Go.
It was the pass from Farrell again.
It's a good kick though, they've gone early. Didn't wait till the last, kicked on the 4th. Chase is very good indeed. That'll lift the spirits.
And it's a smart recovery, a bit of decent decision making from Paul Sykes. You can tell that both sides, neither of them hit the straps, both very rusty, timing's off. So let's get through a set, get it down the other end of the field, and let's Batley make some mistakes that end of the field.
You're right, play middle channel, stay at the ruck, don't over-expand, play behind a good kicking game. I think Paul Sykes went early on that occasion, John, and that's the message I think would come from both coaches. Goodness me, another unforced error.
Yeah, tidy work initially from Greg Minikin, but he's come up with the error, and the knock-on has presented Batley with a great opportunity here.
Well, you can see on the replay that it was the hooker Farrell that came in with a huge swinging arm. Just lost control, simple as that.
And what do you do about that? Well, you've not got the ball in one arm looking to attempt an offload in such a difficult position. Play it tight, keep both arms on, get a win, collision win, quick play the ball, get behind the kick. That's got to be the messages coming out.
Kane feeds the scrum for Dewsbury. Gledhill with the tackle.
Go, come on, Kane. Joe Keegan, move! Make the turn!
Grady.
Go.
This is good work from Adamson. Patient build-up from the Dewsbury Rams. Farrell again. Lateral run. Good ball. Sykes. Is he in there? Paul Sykes. Well, he made an error a few moments ago. He's atoned with interest there. Paul Sykes. Vastly experienced in Super League, as I say. And now has extended that Dewsbury advantage to 10 points to 0.
And again, it all came about by the Batley side coming up with an error, given the opportunity. Now you see that Farrell got the swinging arm, couldn't keep hold of it, and from that position, and what's the step from Paul Sykes? That is sheer class. Nothing was going to stop that. See how they hesitated in defence. Nice step. They went far too high. Great try.
If Paul Sykes has got the ball in his hands, I really wouldn't want to be needing to defend the left wing. He's the threat. He's the go-to man. All the experience, ex-international player. Still got pace, still got agility. If he's got the ball, you have to shut down that threat first.
As you see there, over 1,000 points for a number of clubs. Paul Sykes, London and Bradford included. He actually made his Super League debut in the last millennium. With Bradford, they won 36 points to 8 at Wakefield.
Time off.
Now lining up this kick, and a teammate of yours, John, at London.
I'll just let him add the 2 points on, and I'll just describe a little bit about Paul's character, which will explain a lot about that play.
Looking forward to it. Here we go. 2 points more from his boot. 12-0 to Dewsbury, and some more about Paul Sykes.
The thing that allows Paul to do this is when you describe people as thinkers of the game, people who study moves and study shapes and patterns of defences, he's not one of those. But he's a person who plays with a clear head. He doesn't prejudge things, doesn't overplay things, plays the game very simply, and that allows him to see holes and see things develop and in the defensive line. Not covered himself in glory there, though.
It's come up eventually for Dewsbury.
Yeah, very fortunate indeed.
Hold it! You're going to stay there, let you move.
Well, Batley had to find a way of getting themselves into this game. I was going to say back into this game first then, but I'll rethink. Get into the game. They've not quite started yet.
I don't think they've completed a set, have they?
No, the ball's hitting the floor. The kickoffs aren't going their way. The defence has been all over the place. And just going on to the point with Paul Sykes, he's defended enough, John, hasn't he, as a wing and as a centre, to know that you don't need to defend the full width of the field in that position. Line up on the man with the ball. He's the danger man.
Farrell finds Spicer. Good run as well from Rob Spicer, the 31-year-old. Tackle was a good one as well from Miniken. Sykes off the cuff. High kick this time, and it's come up this time for Batley. Some space for Ainscoe on this near side.
That was a pretty good tackle, though, wasn't it? Guzdeck had to be as well. Such a hard man to put down, Sean Ainscoe.
Chandler plays the ball on halfway for Batley. Southernwood just pops the pass away. There's 3 in the tackle, though, for the Dewsbury Rams. Farrell inevitably among them, alongside Matt Grote. Southernwood now, and Brad Barney, the danger man. Scott trying to make the extra man.
Get out of there! Hold.
Well, they've not had much of the game so far, Batley, but Dewsbury need to be very aware. They won't need much more of an invitation. Your kicking game's got to be better than what it was just.
Harrison inside the red zone for Batley. Last one coming up. Brad Barney with the kick, cross field. Really good fullback play there to collect that.
Not only did he take it well, he got yards forward. Boy, that is very good. Dale Morton. And it was good to see. You could hear that Morton was shouting, "It's mine, it's mine." You've got to be clear. You've got to make sure you get the message across to your own players. That's a high shot. Surely that's Minikin, and the official, Tom Grant, has seen it. Well, you put pressure on them, and what do? You put in a high shot like that, and it gives Dewsbury 25-30 minutes forward.
Well, I was just about to give Batley a little bit of praise then, because it was a previous completed set. They got to the kick, they challenged the kick, and they were in a good position defensively. Loose swinging arm, and you're now back defending your try line. Paul Sykes will be clapping his hands and screaming for the ball.
Milliken's put his side under pressure as Spicer takes the ball forward now.
Go, let him go.
In this position, courtesy of a penalty for offside, and now they've not made the most of that situation at all, because they've knocked on in the shape of Rob Spicer, and a good opportunity comes to nothing.
Well, I don't know where he's got the knock on from. That's confused me. Plays the ball backwards. How on earth has he come up with that?
There's a slight bobble at best, Mike, I think. Maybe it touched his toe and went forward. I'm not quite sure, but not a clear knock on for mine.
Let's talk about some of these Dewsbury players that have stood up. We talked about Paul Sykes and Andy Kane, the experience there. Really impressed with Joel Farrell's involvement early on. The first 10-15 minutes of the game, really put himself around. Very physical hooker.
Yeah, if he makes contact, you stay hit, don't you?
Great start from Dewsbury. Well, they'd be smarting after that 31-0 home defeat by Featherstone last Sunday. They've taken some of that menace into this game. Batley, though, in possession in the Dewsbury half of the field now. Hurst. Leake is wrestled to the ground. That was Southernwood. Looking for the space on this near side. It's bouncing everywhere. It could be a try here. It's going to be a try. Alugia in the right place. Chris Alugia puts Batley back into this match. They've been quiet for the opening 18 minutes in truth. But Chris Alugia with a crucial try to start the Batley account. Auckland-born former Mackay Cutters centre. New South Wales under-16 international as well. Really important try for the Bulldogs.
Well, this was very dubious. I can't see any knock-on there. I think it's been badly done to their Rob Spicer. But it gave them the opportunity. It was a neat kick as well. Look how the ball, it's got the back spin on it, and that is the reason why it bounced back. And good support play there by Alugia.
It's just the 2 or 3 extra steps that Kane Southernwood takes before he executes that kick that brings up the right winger Dale Morton and allows that ball time to bounce. Once you put a ball on the floor with a kick over, then you're rolling the dice a little bit as a defender. I think that's really, really smart work by Kane Southernwood. Alugia, the try scorer, John Keir, the happy coach, but I think that comes down to the 5'8" Southernwood. Really, really smart bit of play.
JK will be more relieved than happy at the moment. He's found a way, or his team have found a way to get themselves into the game. They've, you can say they've started now.
Don Brambani looking for the extras. Not successful.
I always kind of think the pressure's on when you're in a 12-0 lead. You've got to be good, you've got to complete, keep the ball away from the opposition. An unfortunate penalty got Batley back into possession on behalf of Dewsbury, that is. And again, they're a decent side, there's some good players, they don't need much of an invitation. You've got to keep the ball off them and keep the pressure on.
There's a lot more to that try, a lot more gamecraft in that try than initially appears. Looked like a favourable bounce and a walk-in for Alugia. Guarantee you that was smart play from Southernwood.
Alugia back in possession as well. That's a really strong carry. Kyle Trout meets him alongside Hemingway and Brown. Ainscoe now.
Well, now hopefully both sides have swapped mistakes and errors and penalties. It can settle down and we can see some quality game management. Again, I think now it's about completion for the next 5 or 6 sets from both sides. Start building some pressure. We've seen very little from either side so far.
Another big hit from Farrell. Good run though from Keegan Hurst, the skipper leading by example. James Brown on the back of that. Alistair Leake with a good pass. And now Hurst. Ball goes forward.
Oh, that's a penalty awarded, but I'm not sure about that. Not sure at all. That's a loose carry from Keegan Hurst. He's obviously looking to offload. That's your responsibility, I'm afraid, Keegan, to keep possession. Very, very lucky there, Batley.
You can see that there's an arm, which did it go backwards? I think that's what Sykes is trying to claim to the official. Badly done to on the second occasion now, my old club.
Very lucky to retain possession, and James Brown making the most of it. What a run that was. Right into the heart of this Dewsbury defence. Leake. It's the pass away to Blake. These heavy woolen rivals, his only 2 clubs, Luke Blake. Brown again. It's Dave Scott trying to make the extra man. They're just a metre short. Leake trying to go himself. Alistair Leake. He's got the strength. Has he got the ball down?
Well,
it's down eventually.
They've got to decide whether his momentum had stopped. He's got no try as Tom Grant. And a few handbags on show. Got to pull in, push in. Can't see any bare knuckles that made any contact, which is good. Just frustrated. I get the impression that Batley, that they come into this game a little bit nervous because they realise a win could put them into the top 4. So therefore, they were probably more nervous than Dewsbury.
They've not settled into a game, have they, by any stretch? You look at Kane Southernwood, Dominic Brambani, ever-presence this year. He should be taking more control. The no-try decision baffles me a little. It did look to me like he did manage to get the ball down, even if it wasn't initially, eventually getting the ball grounded. The question is, how much time do you want to give the ball carrier to get that ball down?
Well, is he stopped there? I think he might be, and then he spins over and does it. So I think that the Dewsbury defence have done sufficient.
At that point, yeah, it's almost like a second movement, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's on the arm of a Dewsbury player, and I think this is no try. Got to be.
Video referee not convinced. We'll have a second look. Is there initial contact with the ground and the ball here?
Well, I think Trout has got his arm underneath, preventing the ball hitting terra firma. It's on the arm of the Dewsbury player. He then realises, gives himself away in many ways, that he continues on to try. If he'd probably just stayed down there. Here we go.
Has Alistair Leake doubled the Batley total? He has not been denied. Alistair Leake, the 2013 Student Player of the Year.
Well, I kind of think they've got away with a little bit there, Dewsbury, because there was 4 men attempting to make a tackle and none of them quite mastered it. There's a stray finger or a stray arm at best. The push and a shove and a little bit of a kerfuffle after the ball. But we've got away from the run-ins and the all-ins and the swinging punches for most. The next thing I think we need to clean up is the run-ins and the kissing and cuddling. Doesn't do anybody any good.
Well, it's Joe Farrell. He's got a bit hot-headed. He came in flying him, and he's made his mark, don't worry. There's a hooker, Farrell.
Well, you have to manage situations in a game of rugby league, and whether the refereeing decisions go for you or against you, and I see them as decisions as opposed to mistakes. The referee has a view on a certain incident. If it doesn't go for you, you can't complain and sulk and whinge about it. You've got to get back in the line and do your job.
Both their captains spoken to by the official Tom Grant while you're watching those replays. No further action taken. Dewsbury in possession. Still that 8-point advantage.
Oh, that's play on. It's gone backwards. Oh, he's given a penalty. 2 in the tackle. Well, that's not helping matters.
James Brown looks on.
A bit disgruntled over the fact that they had the try turned down. I'm not so sure. Maybe he pulled it out. Maybe it's pretty difficult for an official. Easy when we see the slow motion.
It's given Dewsbury a gilt-edged opportunity here now inside the 20-metre zone. Hemingway waits. Scampering crossfield run initially. Working it to that left-hand side.
That's a knock-on. Good defence. Came right into the face.
It's nice work from Dominic Brambani. He got himself up, he got himself early, he got in the eye line of Paul Sykes. And the fullback coming round, Josh Guzdeck. It's Crooks who makes the error. It was very interesting to see Brambani cutting down the options and the time by making a commitment from that defensive line early. It's come up for him. I wouldn't be hanging myself out there all afternoon, but it's worked on this occasion.
There's very little fluency in the game, so you're not really getting your opposition number tired. If you've got your spot targets, at the minute that's irrelevant because no one's really fatigued. Penalties, unforced errors are the order of the day.
Silly play by Teamby. It really was stupid.
And now the initiative handed to the Batley Bulldogs. Over the halfway line with Joe Chandler. 1 Super League appearance for Leeds in 2008, Joe Chandler. Now Southernwood. Brambani on his shoulder. Into the tackle of Dalton Grant.
Did well, the winger. Came in on the angle. No way through. And they're picking them out as well.
Yeah, Brown back on the inside for Dave Scott. Brown again.
If you're shifting wide off very slow play the balls, it allows the opposition defence out wide to read it and come off and come in. You've got to go forward at the ruck, get a quick play the ball.
More urgency from Leake. Hurst trying to get that quick play of the ball. He's still going forward though, Keegan Hurst, and then the ball comes free.
Well, he called held. Now then, they need a kick in goal area from Batley.
Here we go, last one. Southernwood. It's going to be Brambani with that kick. A grubber kick, and it's pitched brilliantly by Minikin. Greg Minikin under the post. What a try that was. He didn't wait around. It was a perfect kick. And Greg Minikin in for the try. The man on dual registration from the Castleford Tigers. He's been impressive in Super League. He's impressive in the Championship. And he's impressive in Blackpool this afternoon.
Well, for 15 minutes, Batley really had no opportunity to apply the pressure to the Dewsbury Rams, and Minikin takes a wonderful little kick. Brambini is a very talented player, and the kick was quite superb. On the last, you could see that the Dewsbury defence was hanging back. They really should have put a bit more pressure on Brambani, and Minikin comes in. The Bulldogs, well and truly back in this game.
Kicking off the second receiver, which means that the defence out wide has to come up. Great little play. The fullback from Dewsbury just overran the ball and the back in it.
Change of kicker, Pat Walker on from the substitutes bench and adds 2 more points. Batley in double figures, they trail 12-10.
Yeah, Greg Minikin goes through another piece of smart work from Dominic Brambani. You're right, he's getting it out, getting it and engaging those edges, that left edge of that Huddersfield defence. Kicks like that almost become unplayable defensively. If you can take that ball to the line as a second ball player out wide, Minikin has a simple job of picking up on the bounce and sweeping through. I'm impressed with Greg Minikin, actually. I've seen him play in a Castleford shirt a couple of times. There was a game down in the south of France earlier this season. He's got a great future ahead of him.
He doesn't need much of an invitation, John, does he, to get involved in the game? And if Dewsbury want to turn the ball over too cheaply, that's an invitation that they'll gladly accept.
Well, Glenn Morris and the Dewsbury coach should be disappointed with that, because surely they would have been under no obligation to allow him that much space. You look through the list and you just say, OK, Southernwood and Brambani, they are 2 very clever players. You've got to put them under pressure. They failed to do that.
Great hit from Uasale earlier in this sequence. But Batley still in possession. Hurst plays the ball. They move over halfway now. Good hit coming in from Farrell as well. He's certainly put himself about in this opening half an hour or so. Brambani's kick doesn't find touch. The chase is really good though. And Minikin, the try scorer, in there first to effect the tackle.
OK, big test now for Batley. They're back in the game. They've got a completed set. It's a very reasonable kick and a decent chase. They now have to be tight in defence. No cheap penalties, no offsides, and try and put Dewsbury under some pressure.
Maranka. There's the ball. Good tackle coming in from Frankie Mariano. The other Castleford dual reg man on the field now for John Keir and the Batley Bulldogs. Sykes gets the kick away under pressure. Ainscote catches on the foot.
Yeah, disappointing kick right down the throat of the winger Ainscote. And you can see now that it looks like Ainscote picked up a bit of a knock. He went in very awkward. Oh, this would be a big, big blow for the Batley side. You can see he's in pain.
Straight away he signalled to the sideline. Has he caught a knee on the step or something like that? It's before he hits the ground. I wonder whether that may even be no, it looks a lot better than he did 10 seconds ago. It's on the step, I think, that he's done that.
And I caught a stray boot on the shin, I think, by accident.
Look where he starts the set, though. We're coming back to what you were saying, Paul, before. What it needed from Batley is exactly what they delivered. They didn't need a 10 out of 10 defensive set, knocking heads off and taking yards out of Dewsbury. They needed to allow Dewsbury to complete the set, put them under pressure, keep them and contain them that end of the field, and you start a set where you're going to get a good look at the opposition line.
Just got to win the kick tennis game. That means that when they kick, they get the ball back in a better position.
Brown wrestled to the ground. Dave Scott did really well to hold on to Brown's pass earlier in this sequence. Now it's Southernwood. And now Lillycrop. That was Luke Blake. Brambani, a really intelligent kick. Great execution too, and taken brilliantly, has to be said. Danger diffused.
What a wonderful take. Under pressure, maybe he could have been given a penalty.
And if there's any question as
Contact
to
in
why
the air.
this is a 20-metre restart and a penalty to back that up now, it's Dalton Grant, actually the foot is on the line and therefore in goal, and so this ball, when he takes it, is considered taken in goal. Tap 20 restart. Good decision by the referee.
Yeah, but it appeared to me, John, that it made contact while it was still in the air. Either way, they've got the penalty, and this is where Dewsbury now have to just calm down a little bit. They conceded 2 tries. They've got to get back to get in good position, good kicking game. You can get it over the line, kick it into touch.
Well, we're on the half hour, just about on the half hour. The last 2 or 3 minutes have been the best Batley have played in the game so far. Completed sets, decent kicks, reasonable chase, and not too crazy on the penalties and the unforced errors. But you're right, Mike, it's now time for Dewsbury to put some tests.
Good run from Shane Grady. Great position now for the Dewsbury Rams, 10 metres away from that Batley line. Hemingway looked one way, came back the other to the short side with Brown. That's Aaron Brown. Hemingway again. Kane shut down almost immediately there by James Brown, and that was really good defence.
Yeah, not the best from the scrum half, Andy Kane. He seemed a little bit laboured with that. Oh, that was a good hit. Was it a shoulder charge? Got away with it.
You've come a long way down the field to come up with a kick like that, haven't you? You need to be better. You need to reward your grunt, your middle unit, those who are doing the hard work with a better kick and a better finish.
Here is Minikin again, looking for work. Takes 2 of them with him. Jack Teamby among the tacklers. And then a mazy run away from that.
Just starting to open up now, Ben, isn't it? You see the Batley players allowed a lot more space around the ruck, and what a poor decision. Last tackle, Uisali, all he needed to do was clear that up. He's actually looking at on second view, I think he's given a penalty for interference, but there's an argument there that he was taken beyond the horizontal dangerous tackle.
It was an urgent run from Luke Blake though that set that position up. Batley now get some possession in a great area for them. Wind up with Lillycrop, crashes into the defensive line.
You get the feeling now, Southernwood, Brambani taking control. Nice switch to the blind
little dummy
side.
from Blake, that was brilliant. Alugia. 1 try already, 5 metres away. Blake going to go himself. Blake. Luke Blake just a couple of metres short. Brown waits.
Oh, knock on. Big relief for the Dewsbury Rams. That is for sure. Now, he definitely knocked that one on.
I think there's a leg in here from... I mean, that one, I would argue, is a penalty to Batley.
You have to clear the ruck. You can't leave your leg in the way, whether he's touched it or got in his eye line. Hard to say from there, but you can't leave your foot in the play of the ball.
7.5 to the half-time break. Just 2 points of difference between these bitter rivals. Three in the tackle for Batley. Good run, strong run. Aaron Brown. And then they spill the ball. Paul Sykes has put it down. This could be really costly. Wayne Retty launches the counter, gets a great ball away as well. Minikin is in touch there. He's flung the ball back. It comes forward anyway. Frantic in Blackpool.
Yeah, but you're beginning to see now that the Dewsbury defence is just a little bit lacking. Nothing wrong with the pass. Paul Sykes really should have taken that. And they're testing their arm. Good job they came over and got the defence tackle. Lost control of it. No advantage, so they'll put the scrum down.
Just a word on Dalton Grant there to chase back on Wayne Retty. That was superb defence.
I'm sure Glenn Morrison and John Keir have spoken about composure in the build-up to this weekend. And again, I'll reiterate, It's not about playing the occasion, it's about playing the game, and it's not quite got through. The message hasn't landed. Both sides have been guilty all afternoon so far. No composure whatsoever. You're simply trying to maximise the opportunities and gifts given to you by the opposition.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Paul, in regards to especially Glenn Morrison. You know, they were 12 points to nil in front, controlling everything. Was that a high shot? No, according to the official. Talking of Glenn Morrison, the Dewsbury coach, he's just been appointed the coach of Jamaica.
Congratulations to Glenn Morrison. Here is a lily crop it is for the Batley Bulldogs. 3 in the tackle.
Well, Steve-O's fact of the day distracted us for a second from what was going on the field, which is once again another lapse in discipline from Dewsbury. Lying on, doing too much around the play of the ball. And this is where you need to get hold of the game. That half-back pairing, Sutherland and Brambani. I wonder what will happen to his hair when he spends time out in Jamaica.
So experienced, 200 or over 200 NRL appearances, a decade in Australian competition with Balmain, North Queensland and Parramatta. Of course, viewers in this country, he's really the famous son of Bradford, so successful there. And now a chance for Walker to tie the scores. 4.5 to the half-time break. And we're all locked up at 12 apiece. Nothing to choose between these two bitter rivals.
Well, the crowd going bananas.
And that's not one of my relatives either.
Well, 12 all at this stage of the game. Well, just about says it. And both sides have been as bad as each other. Unforced errors, knock-ons, penalties, no one getting a grip of the game yet. I think John Keir will be relieved his team are still in it. Glenn Morrison very frustrated that his team aren't clear because Batley started awfully in this match. But we're going to get to half-time. Hopefully they can get into the sheds, get hold of the charges, yes, and pick it back up. And it's about steadying this down. You don't need to overdo it. Again, I've said it a number of times, I'll go with it once more. They're playing the occasion and not the game.
Remember, Batley 12 down in 12 minutes. 3.5 to go. Good run from James Brown. Halfway I should say, for the Bulldogs. It's a good ball as well to find Alugia. Morton all around him, the penalty coming.
Nice bit of decision making from the right wing from Morton, but unfortunately the offence had already been... Yeah, he's come in, but he's just crept a little high.
Well, lack of discipline really is not helping the Dewsbury cause. It's allowed so much possession by the Batley side.
Lillycrop been really impressive since his introduction. Southernwood back on the inside. Number up in defence, Batley, but just 5, the Dewsbury should say, 5 metres away now, the Bulldogs. Brambani with a good pass to Walker. Walker finds Minikin, looking for a second, of course. Wayne Retty, 4 metres away. Walker again. Mariano cruises onto that ball. Mariano is strong. Camped on that Dewsbury line. Misfield from Brambani. James Brown. And a knock-on given.
Well, he must have got the word from the touch judge on that far side, because he was playing on as the official Tom Grant. And this is a huge relief, because Dewsbury were looking very, very tired, slipshod, and you see how many players were around the play the ball area. If they got it out wide, it was an easy try.
Knock-on ruled on the catch here from Brambani, and the referee, as we said initially, he was happy for that to continue. Must have got a call from the sideline. Touch judges better sometimes positioned to see those. Brambani is one of 2 key figures in this Batley side that really need to take hold of things in that final third of the field. They've looked a little one-dimensional at times, Ben. They've had plenty of opportunities now towards the end of the half, and they've not capitalised, and that'll be a concern for John Keir at half-time.
Yeah, Don Brambani, history as so many of these players have, with both clubs. Almost 300 points in 2 years with the Rams, 2010, 2011. So, Dewsbury with possession, 2 minutes to go. Can one of these sides wrest the initiative at half-time?
Well, Dewsbury need to get over the halfway line to make sure that the kick is going to put a lot of pressure on the Batley side. They've really gone off the boil at Dewsbury. Wonderful start, 12-0 lead early in the game. That's a nice kick. Will it get the bounce or will it come back?
Oh, it's bounced over Ainscoe's head. This could be sensational end to the first half, and they're in. Dewsbury Rams in with Dale Morton. The kick caused all sorts of problems for Sean Ainscoe. Well, the Batley revival right at the last has been quelled, and Dale Morton goes in for his 10th try of the season. 31 Dewsbury appearances in each of the last 3 years, 15 tries last year. He's now in double figures for 2016. Crucial try.
Wonderful kick. Paul Sykes realises, and you can see yet again the backspin on the ball, and what about the little shimmy from Dale Morton? He will have enjoyed that. So will his coach. So near to the half-time break. Nothing they could do with that. Ainscoe not in a good position. What? It's amazing what a rugby league ball can do, and in and out. Oh, that's quality. Nice to see.
The kick was a quality kick. The kick originally was an attempted 40-20 from the base of the ruck. So you credit the man in your screen now, Dale Morton. He's following up down the field. He's put a really impressive kick chase in. But in his mind, at the point before the ball hits the ground, he's thinking of how he's going to contain Sean Ainscoe on the kick return. The bounce was fortuitous. You take full advantage there for doing the hard work, getting yourself downfield. Well done, Dale Morton. Puts Dewsbury in front.
4 years at Wakefield for Dale Morton before switching to the Dewsbury Rams. And now Paul Sykes to add the extras from right in front. No mistake, as you would expect. Dewsbury now 6 points ahead, 18 points to 12. As we wait for the end of this first half. Is there time for one more play? Not too much urgency. Walker it will be with the restart. John Keir animated on the touchline. There is the hooter. We do have one more play. Taken by Sykes, who just takes the ball behind. He's satisfied with that first half, and well he might be. It was Dewsbury who rushed into a 12-0 lead. Batley came back, but that try from Morton right at the end gives us a half-time score of Dewsbury Rams 18, Batley 12.
Yes, thanks very much, Ben. The Bulldog fast asleep for the opening 15 minutes, and as you say, Dewsbury a 12-0 lead. Batley did claw that back, 12-0 before that late Dale Morton try. Gives us plenty to talk about at half-time. Full first half analysis coming up after a very short break. Time now to go back to your commentary team. Paul Cullen, John Wells, Mike Stevenson, and first, Ben Pro.
Thanks, Brian. Well, they say that form goes out to the window in derbies. What about this evidence? Dewsbury, they've only won one of their last 6 games. They were beaten 31-0 at home by Featherstone last time out, and now they're 6 up on a Batley side, hunting 3rd place in the Kingston Press Championship. Batley with the first possession. It's a good hit though. Coming in from Jack Teenby. And now Crooks puts his shoulder in.
Well, it's up to Dewsbury now to apply the pressure like they did in that first half. Only 10 minutes to a full control, to a 12-0 lead. I'm sure that Glenn Morrison, the Rams coach, has made it quite clear to them that cut out the silly mistakes, cut out the penalties, and make sure that the kick and chase is very good.
Strong run for Mariano. On the back of that, more metres forward. To halfway goes James Brown. Kick comes in, but well stationed there. Dale Morton. Walker with the pass. Southernwood on the ground to effect the tackle for the Bulldogs. Sniping run.
Run with that. 3. Tom, stand up. Make the mark.
Almost to halfway.
3. 4.
Wrestle to the ground there
Go.
as Hemingway picks up. Blake puts the shoulder in.
Oh, tremendous position now. This is where you've got to put the high bomb, or are they going to go for the corner? Sykes has got it. Plenty of height on this one.
Yeah, left-footed kick from Paul Sykes, and it was spilled, but they did really well to collect that in the end. And now trying to launch the counter, Minikin with a good offload, and Scott now.
Stand up. Make the 10. Come on.
Spiraled bomb, very, very difficult to get underneath. Plus he's saved by Greg Minikin. Batley escape, having to do another stint of defence on their own line. It's been a little smarter, a little more conservative, certainly in the first set. They're getting to the end of the sets, which they didn't manage to do in the opening period of the first half. Nice little run, getting in behind the ruck. Loose carry called, I would imagine, yep, knock on given against Greg Minikin. He got in behind that space, knocked out by Farrell.
You've got the ball. You're in possession of the ball.
You've got to, as you may have heard, the referee saying that you're in possession of the ball, it's your responsibility to keep that locked up.
Come on, what's he again?
Yeah, initially good work from Minikin, but this is a good opportunity now for Dewsbury Rams.
You're right, John, it was a better start from both sides before the loose carry has turned the ball over. A chance for Dewsbury now to get the benefits of that attack on the ball. If it's in one arm, it's up there for everyone.
Strong carry from Uwasale. Now Grady plays the ball. Hemingway's pass. And Uwasale crashes onto that. Great tackle coming in from Pat Walker. That was really important. Couldn't get the offload away either. Now Sykes close to the line. Scrambling defence from Minikin and Mariano. The two Castleford loanees there in combination. Teen B almost over for Dewsbury. Hemingway trying to pitch one. Penalty for Dewsbury.
The try-line defence going to be tested. It held up on that occasion. They gave a penalty away, though, in their attempt to stop Dewsbury from scoring the first points of the second half. They're going to go to the kick.
You can understand that decision.
I can. I think Batley are on the rack here.
I agree, John.
Andy Kane's absolutely come alive in the opening couple of minutes. He went open to short side to set up that great run by Uwasale, and then was back in the middle of the field to put some real pressure on that defensive line. Here's the penalty. Hands in the ruck there. Yeah, it's the right arm from Mariano. It's a cheap penalty to give away. The 2 points, I'm afraid, though, that's not a positive decision for me. I think at that point you've got your foot on the throat of the opposition. Batley looked like they were a side who was about to roll.
Well, Glenn Morrison will be quite happy to take the points. Stretches to 8 in front. That gives them a little bit of space, but I'm with you, John. It looked as though they were struggling to get their defensive line sorted out, Batley. I would have gone for the throat. But this will stretch it to 8.
I think it says an awful lot about the confidence of Dewsbury at the moment. They've fitted and started in this game so far as well, and their confidence isn't where it needs to be. It's a gift of 2 points in theory for a player and a kicker of the quality of Paul Sykes.
Paul Sykes slots the 2 points over with the greatest of ease. 8 points the gap. Applause from Glenn Morrison. 2 scores clear, as you say. And I understand your point about the momentum, but they will get the ball back and be able to generate more of that now.
And it is, I mean, the one thing you can say about Paul Sykes is he's a prolific goal kicker, has been in his time. I think he still holds the record at the London Broncos for most conversions in one game. It was 12. Personal haul of 24 points from the boot in one game. If you get an opportunity, I guess you take it. But my feeling is that Batley were on the rack there.
Dewsbury in possession. And Brown just pinches it though for Batley one-on-one. James Brown with the ball steal. This could be crucial now. Walker with the pass. Batley find themselves in a great position. Blake. More good defence on show. Blake moves in again. And now Brambani back on the inside. Comes Mariano. 4 swarming around him. Still going though. Plays it for Blake eventually. That's Southernwood. Gledhill now.
Surely a kick into the corner.
Last one coming up. Goes himself.
That is not the right option.
That is a really, really poor attacking set. Like, credit to the Dewsbury defence, particularly the right edge, that when Southernwood was looking to spin the ball out to Batley's left, they really got up and took out some space. But in terms of decision making then, what you're doing in an opponent's danger area, that's a really, really poor set of attack, and John Key will be very disappointed looking at that.
6 minutes gone, second half. I think we can hear what both coaches were saying at half time. Angela.
Thanks, Ben. You're right, John. He wasn't very happy with the start of the first half, and he won't be happy with the start of this one either. He said he couldn't have started any worse in that first one. 12 points down after 12 minutes, and he wanted them for this half to start aggressively. It's all about composure, which I think Paul Cullen mentioned earlier on. Play it in a direct manner and start better than they did the second half. I'll repeat that one. Glenn Morrison, though, for Dewsbury, he was pleased with the way they ended that first half. He wants, skill-wise, for these boys, for these players, to show what they can do. They're on a big stage, and they should make the most of it.
Thanks, Angela. Great kick. It was just too long in the end, and they're going to start on the 20-metre line now. Batley Bulldogs. They were 12-0 up in 12 minutes here, and the previous meeting it was Batley who were 20 up in 20 minutes when they played earlier this season. Went on to win Batley 44-30 at Dewsbury.
Well, it's becoming a habit now, isn't it? Dewsbury giving away silly penalties. You could see that they'd already done the tackle. Jason Crooks went for a second bite and put his team under pressure yet again. And I'm sure that John Kay would have got the message out that we do get to the last. Don't try to go and shuffle through on your own. Get that kick away.
Batley were down in this position not too long ago and didn't come up with the best or the most imaginative of plays. They just need to, you can see there the quality and skill wasn't brilliant going across. Don't overplay this, don't overforce it, but get good shape, find your spots and complete the play. They need to spend a little bit more time down here.
Good run from Lillycrop. Dewsbury offering the invitation to get back into this game. Well, Batley going to take them up on it. James Brown, short ball, good ball. Good run as well from Dave Scott. Within a couple of metres now of that Dewsbury line, as you see. And they're going to crash over for a try here. James Brown, unstoppable from 2 metres out. Eventually the invitation is taken and Batley cut the gap. Could be 2 here once this kick is successful.
And it just shows you the importance of that poor kick from Dewsbury. It allowed the fullback to take it up. They were in a good position, and then again they've given away so many penalties. It must be irritating for Glenn Morris and the coach. But this was good work. This is all about upper body strength. Wonderful stuff by James Brown. And Dewsbury have paid the price. Yet another penalty has allowed Batley to get back into this game.
Well, try-line defence is obviously an issue that both coaches will have to address at some point through the rest of this game and the rest of the season. And the key for me is get down there, because once you're in a good position you can actually come up with a reasonable play that's going to get you across the try line. It wasn't the most expansive shift across the field that I've ever seen, but it was enough to get you over the whitewash.
Pat Walker 2 from 2. This for 2 more points and a 2-point gap. Half an hour left, 2 points the difference. Hang on to your hats, this is going to be explosive.
Well, James Brown, the try scorer. Have a look how Dave Scott chimes into that defensive line. He ruins that left edge of the Dewsbury defence. They're scrambling. Brown takes advantage. In the absence of any real direction from Brambani and Southernwood, who've been below par this afternoon, the try finished by James Brown, but it's the involvement and injection into that attacking line from Dave Scott that really made that try, created the opportunity for that try.
Paul Sykes pushed up hard, didn't he? Tried to shut it down in the first place, overran the play, didn't get back set in time, and the edge around him couldn't regather themselves.
Batley with their tails up, Lillycrop with a crashing run, made his debut with Dewsbury. 8 starts and 15 substitutes appearances in 2013. Another one for whom this represents the pick of the season, the biggest match, the date in the calendar.
I'll tell you what, Ben, you go back to that penalty, and we might prove us wrong as James Brown goes careering through defenders again. That penalty kick by Paul Sykes looks an increasingly strange decision now because Batley are on the front foot.
Here is Keegan Hurst, the skipper, ever present this season. Another one whose career began at Dewsbury 9 years ago. James Brown, pass over the top. It's come up for Retty. Has Retty managed to get this ball down? Last tackle for Batley, and they've come up with a miracle play.
Well, there's more than 2 or 3 things to have a look at here. First of all, did Wayne Retty get the ball down? Referee seems to think he did. There was definitely a Dewsbury arm in there as well. The decision's gone up as a try. The ball from Brambani over the top. The arm in, which is knocked on by Dalton Grant. It's just whether there's a knock-on in addition from Wayne Retty. So there's the knock-on from Dalton Grant. Does the ball touch a Dewsbury player after touching Wayne Retty? No, Wayne Retty regathers. So the question now is, does he ground the ball in the corner? And your answer is, well, at first glance, no. So
it's no try, and it was a real opportunity as well.
But how do we restart possession now?
Well, it really should be a scrum down for the Batley Bulldogs.
Confirmation of the no try. Batley missed the chance to lead for the first time in this game.
Now Batley get the scrum, you're right, Steve-O, because it's that little fingertip touch from Dalton Grant that denied Wayne Retty in the corner. That's why Batley have another chance, another shot at this Dewsbury line. They're looking increasingly full of confidence, Ben.
Second spell at Batley for Wayne Retty. As the official Tom Grant. Conversation with Paul Sykes there.
Don't quite know what the conversation could be about. It was all quite clear cut. The knock on in the first place, and he lost the ball going over the try line.
Chandler then for the Bulldogs, just 10 metres away. Gledhill now. Brown again. James Brown, central. Blake. Nice ball for Southernwood. Southernwood picks out Mariano. Patience again from Batley. Blake again. Oh, and they're going to be in here. Tom Lillycrop over from close range. Well, I said he's been impressive. And now the 24-year-old crowns this display with a try. And Batley do lead for the first time in this game.
Tremendous run. Tom Lillycrop, he really has injected so much pace and power into this Batley outfit. This is the little touch that allowed Batley to get the head and feet. Definitely no try, but look how you come onto a ball like this. Bang, it's mine. He certainly has been impressive. Determination. Bang, get out of the way. That's a great try.
Well, he looked like he was running down the hill there at Batley. He was unstoppable from that distance. A very powerful figure. And John Kerr relieved, and I'm sure happier with the state of affairs now as we speak. His team well and truly back in the game.
4 from 4 from the boot of Pat Walker. Batley extend the lead to 24 points to 20.
Short play markers have got to come up with a better defensive structure than that. The full-back has got to be in front of the try line. It's no good being behind there and trying to catch him.
Now, how did Dewsbury respond now? They take the penalty 4 minutes after half-time to go more than one score clear. For me, sometimes that looks like you're drawing a bit of a psychological line in the sand. Very, very early in the game to be doing that.
Kick-off. And Ainscough charges it back. I beg your pardon, no, it's Lillicrop. Try scorer. Another strong run from him.
Yeah, sometimes you get the opportunity for points. My feeling at the time was Dewsbury really needed to go and take advantage of that territorial and possessional advantage. They take the 2 and look at Batley's response. I mean, the psychology behind that and how a game can switch and momentum can switch is fascinating sometimes.
But you talk about motivation. This stays like this and Batley win this and they go into third, they go into the top 4. They could face a possible meeting in the qualifiers with Leeds Rhinos. What a carrot that is.
Well, if Ben, they are thinking like that, it might be an explanation of why they keep knocking the ball, because they've got to stay in the moment. I was just thinking that, how are Dewsbury going to stem the flow? Because it's at the minute, it's ebbed and flowed, but it's all Batley, or has been for the last 5 or 10 minutes. And you've now got an unforced error from the play of the ball because they're not in the moment.
Well, we said earlier, didn't we, that they really should have opted for the quick tap, trying to apply the pressure, get the extra points. They haven't had many opportunities down in the Batley danger zone.
Good run from Grady. Gets Dewsbury to within 15 metres or so. Now Sykes. Oh, he's gone without the ball. Walker's picked it up. Knock on though.
Well, the mistakes and the errors, they really are counting. Oh, it's quite warm there, but and that was 1-1. This should be classified as a knock-on. Dewsbury should get head and feed.
They've learnt from the opening moments of the game where Paul Sykes was left on his own. The defence slid far too fast, too early, too hard. They stayed on him. They've got a loose arm on the ball, and they prevented a try being scored, because we know full well, we've seen it so far this afternoon. Paul Sykes can step, he can sprint, and he can score tries.
Oh, it looked as though they were going to go on that short blind side.
This is Uwasale now.
It looked a pretty good option as well. Batley had only one defender.
Uwasale plays the ball. It's now Grady. Ever present this season, Shane Grady.
Yeah, he's worked hard as the second rower, Grady.
Matt Grote now, trying to use his strength to get over the line. Just repelled at the last. Former Thirlmere Rooster. Hemingway for Kane. Sykes wrestled to the ground by James Brown. He's been impressive as well, the substitute for Batley this afternoon. Almost got the pass away.
Yeah, the golden opportunity there.
Was hunting Hemingway. Grady has just towed forward. Is it going to stay in the field of play? This could be really interesting. Oh, it's been spilled. Alugia looked for a moment as if he was going to show a sensational try.
Well, that kick, the boot to ball from Alugia, which was a play to nothing. Ball out the back from Grady. This is play on. Alugia gets the bounce. And then you get the knock on from the full-back, Josh Studley. The knock on the original decision, that's now been turned into a penalty. Dissent, bit of back chat from the referee. You'd think after the talking to the Dewsbury players got just a couple of minutes ago, they might think twice about opening their mouths, and they've given up territory and possession and welcomed Batley once again deep into their territory.
Well, we praised the second rower Shane Grady a few moments ago, but that was a shocking attempt to get the offload, put his winger in the corner.
Hurst played the ball. This now Lillicrop hunting his second. 8 metres away, centre field for Batley. That was Blake. Not the best pass, but it's picked up on the bounce by Chandler. Uwasale with a good tackle. This is Southernwood. Goes himself. Walker. Now Hurst again. Hemingway in the tackle. 5 metres away. Walker. Good kick, and it's been spilled. Paul Sykes. Well, he saw the danger. Had to get to the ball, but knocked on.
He really should have just put the body on it.
He's got
the penalty. He's got out of jail.
Yeah, I think it's offside. I think the call against Batley in front of the kicker, perhaps. That's really the only thing Yeah, it's an offside run there. It's Bram Barney had got a good couple of yards, really, and it didn't need to be because the kick was a good one.
Yeah, very, very preset, very obvious, and that's why Paul Sykes was able to drop out the defensive line and almost play as a second fullback. You know, the halfback there really needs to shape to kick and shift to play. Tell lies with the eyes, we've heard that many times. He didn't. It was very direct, very obvious, and Paul Sykes just couldn't pick up the ball, but his team have got away with it.
Good run from Luke Adamson.
Yeah, they're not out of it, Dewsbury. Only 4 points be the difference between the two sides, and that's far too long. That should be easy. Oh, has he taken it over? That'll be drop out. Why didn't he just let it go?
No, I think that's a cracking kick. I think it's a really, really impressive kick. It's a floating bomb. It has to be played at by Dave Scott. We already know. Look at the way that ball's coming down. They are nearly impossible to take.
But why did he take it on? There was no one near him.
Well, the bounce of the ball's already made a fool out of Batley a couple of times this afternoon, not least with Dale Morton's try just before half-time. He's almost forced into that, is Dave Scott.
Yeah, when you look at what happened to Sean Ainscoe, exactly right, John. Couldn't afford to let that ball bounce.
It's a real deceptive wind here at this stadium, Ben, as well, isn't it? You know, it's a well-protected, rounded stadium, but the wind's cutting. It's very cold as it blows across, and it's doing all sorts of things with the ball.
Well, Dewsbury with an opportunity for 2 points. They've elected not to take them. Kyle Trout. Hemingway's pass. That was Adamson. Now Sykes trying to make up with extra man. Great move. Great try. Dalton Grant in the corner for Dewsbury. They didn't want to take the 2. They've come up with the 4. Dalton Grant with the try. Second of the game. And it's all locked up at 24 apiece here in Blackpool.
Well, we haven't seen much quick hands from this Dewsbury outfit in the second stanza. But this is a good build-up. Absolutely wonderful. And why on earth they didn't allow this ball to go through? It was an error by Batley. It's high, but as you can see, there's hardly anybody within reach. That would have gone right over. No problem. And then they give away a silly penalty. And the first opportunity, this is good running. From the open, do the run around, and then they use the dummy runner, and Grant in for a wonderful try. The Rams have not done. This was a great build-up. Deserved the 4 points. What a finish.
Well, it's a training ground play executed perfectly. Used every inch of the width here at Blackpool. Maybe the players themselves know when they want to take a kick at goal and take the 2 points so they can feel something in the opposition, or they know they've got some energy themselves and decide to run the ball instead of taking the penalty kick at goal. And Paul Sykes took charge of that decision, was instrumental in the run around and the big shift across, and now a chance to kick back.
I said it was a second try. Apologies for that. Just his first of the afternoon, but so important for Dewsbury Rams. Dalton Grant, 18 tries in 29 Dewsbury appearances last year, after 18 in 28 for Barrow the previous season. There is Glenn Morrison watching on. John Keir can't watch. 24 apiece. Kick to come from the sideline. Paul Sykes, all the experience in the world. 800 points, 1,000 points in fact, and he's pulled it wide. How crucial could that be? We've still got 18 minutes to go, of course, but 24 apiece it stays.
Well, he's missed the conversion. Just snuck to the right-hand side of the left-hand upright. He missed the conversion. He couldn't put his team in front, but boy, he created that last try for the man in your screen now, Dalton Grant. He came open to short side, created the extra man, sucked in that right edge defence. It's a beautifully taken try of the day, and then inexplicably can't commit to what was fairly straightforward kickoff, and once again Batley in with another shot.
I cannot believe that the centre Jason Crooks allowed that ball to bounce. He had the eyes on it all the time and then just pulled away from it.
Incredible decision.
I have to think, Ben, that the sun and the wind are playing their part in this. We've seen that happen too often today for that just to be a one-player anomaly. You know, check the shadows, the sun The ball came out of the sun, the wind's holding it up, he just didn't want to knock on. You're quite right, he should have gone for it, but he's missed an opportunity.
And now Lillicrop for the Batley Bulldogs, 5 metres away. Brambani puts it on the toe. It's going to come up for Dewsbury though. Minikin in defensive mode immediately.
Well, perhaps that's why Jason Crooks didn't try and take that ball on the full. Once again, another great kick-off. Knock-on adjudged by Batley, no advantage to Guzdek. So the turnover, Dewsbury get to work it out of their own. There's the knock-on. So Dewsbury get to work it out. Restart of play.
I think we actually should give credit to the kicker, as you quite rightly mentioned then, John. That for me, that was very, very difficult. You would like your players to get under every ball and take them safely, but that kick where it's short and the opposition have to come onto it is very, very difficult to take indeed.
The Summer Bash serving up a treat on Sky Sports. Sheffield London going head-to-head yesterday. That went the way of the London Broncos, very impressive, but then we've had superb matches, 24-28 between Whitehaven and Workington. Bradford with that, or Lee I should say, with that sensational win against Bradford 24-20, and now here all locked up at 24 apiece. Sensational action on Sky Sports this weekend.
And Dewsbury now have to really muscle up in defence. They've got to prevent Batley getting anywhere near the halfway line. So important to keep them away, or they're a little bit slow to get themselves sorted out in defence.
Great run from Alistair Leake. And they've got the penalty of Batley. Jason Crooks, the guilty party again.
Well, there's an attempted 40-20 from Dewsbury on the previous set, didn't quite get it in. They're now going backwards. You can feel that little bit of panic in the ranks as Batley marched forward. A little bit over-exuberant in the tackle. Balls come out. They've gone for the two.
Another decision which I think the weight of which will become obvious over the course of the next 15 minutes of the game. Call perhaps come from the sideline. Coach and Maestro saying, well, you've been on the button with the boot all day, Mr. Walker. Go and add two more for us and put us back in front.
Stay there, stay there.
So, Pat Walker, 41 metres away, to put Batley ahead. It's blowing in that wind that you mentioned, but he's got the 2 points. Crucial kick, maybe. Still plenty of time to go in this one. Batley put their noses in front again.
Yeah, the angle deceptive there, I think. Looking at it from behind the sticks, it had gone well over before. The ball curved right to left. Batley back in front. John Keir barking out instructions to his charges out on the field. Into the last 15 minutes of the competition. Here's another of those kickoffs coming from Paul Sykes.
Collected safely by Alusia. Kyle Trout with the tackle. More good work in defence. Chandler. It's now Retty. Gets the offload away. Spectacular offload as well. Good run as well on the back of that from Luke Blake. He's coming at the ball momentarily.
2 on 1.
It's been stolen.
Not the time to do something like that when you've just gone 2 points behind. That was real foolish play.
Batley not wasting any time now, keen to keep that momentum up. They've wrested it from Dewsbury. They're going to spend plenty more time now. Have a really good look at this defensive line.
Good run again from James Brown. So impressive this afternoon.
Oh, and another silly penalty. They're becoming their own worst enemy, Dewsbury. And surely they'll go for the two.
It's a game, hasn't it, underlined by ill discipline. That's the 20th penalty of the game.
Oh, it looks like they're going to take the tap.
Alistair Leake does elect to tap. And now Blake gets his side to within 15 metres of that Dewsbury line. That's Walker. James Brown. Grady over the top of him.
Maybe Batley just feeling a little bit more confident now that they're spending more time down this end of the field.
Leak for Walker initially, that was Alugia. And now Hurst, the skipper. Leak's pass. Southernwood just stumbles at a crucial moment there. That allowed Adamson to get into his face and let the effect the tackle. Leak. Brambani with a clever kick. Well marshalled though by Guzdek in the great position. Dealt with it brilliantly.
Yeah, you kind of feel then that as Batley tried to lay the lines for the big shift, the big play, they never quite got to where they wanted to. You know, the offload, a little bit of movement, players not doing the job that they were expected to do, just kind of takes it away from the halfbacks who were trying to come up with wide plays from short positions. It just wasn't on at all.
And they've compounded it by conceding the penalty as well. Keegan Hurst really takes the pressure off Dewsbury. I got to say, it was a really blunt looking attacking set there from Batley.
Conditions sunny from here, but Angela can tell us what's happening down there.
Yeah, I've spoken to both coaches about the conditions, and out here in the stands where there's no sunshine, it's pretty cold, and as Paul said, it's quite windy as well. It's like a bowl, but out there on the pitch, it's absolutely perfect conditions. Both coaches have said they couldn't have asked for better. The pitch is great, the weather's great, it's just themselves making their own mistakes. It's not the wind.
Well, we've seen it causing some kicks to go here, there and everywhere.
That was poor though from Luke Adamson. There was nothing wrong with the pass at all. Give credit to Batley, they were applying that pressure.
I kind of feel for the players from both sides, to be fair. It's a huge occasion. They've been looking forward to this for months, for all season. That have had this in their mind in the pre-season when they're slogging up and down the hills in the wind and the rain. And they've just overcooked it for me today. There's a little bit of nerves first off, and it's just got the better of one or two of the players.
Inside the last 10 minutes. As Wayne Retty escapes on this near side, he's cut back inside as well. Brilliant run from Wayne Retty. This is superb. He's still got possession. They can't get to him. Wayne Retty is eventually taken down 15 metres away from the Dewsbury line.
Oh, that's good defence. Good hit from Shane Grady as well.
I think it's James Brown. Leak. That's Southernwood.
He's getting caught in possession too often for me. He's Kane Southernwood. Need a much more positive play. Go at the line. Commit a defender.
Blake. Brambani. Comes back this way for Minikin. Minikin trying to put the step on. Good defence from Sykes. Keegan Hurst. Hurst still going, pumping the legs, Keegan Hurst.
Well, you know, if you're picking the ball up from the base of the ruck as a prop forward on the last tackle, 2 metres away from the opposition line, you know there's something wrong with that attacking setup, don't you?
Well, the thing is that they really should have been looking to get another set of 6, rather than just trying to get tackled through and using sheer weight. Oh, that, and they're going to be a penalty. I don't think it was interference at the play of the ball. They weren't standing square, and that comes about by playing the ball very quickly. Looking to get away with that. Well, it's getting towards the last chance saloon, I'm afraid, for the Dewsbury Rams.
Batley, good memories of Bloomfield Road, an epic 25-24 win here 6 years ago against Widnes to win the Northern Rail Cup final. That ended an 86-year wait for silverware. Is there going to be some more good news for Batley in Blackpool in 2016? Oh, it's been dropped from Morton. Good attack developing on that right-hand side, and Morton couldn't take the ball in.
Yeah, it was a poor ball from Uisali. Just asked a little too much of his wingman. They're all on the same angle. They're all running in to out. The ball needs to be, in no circumstances, needs to be sat up there for him to take.
And to be fair, both sides, the skill factor has not been of a high level.
I'll take Paul's point on that. I think both of them have let the occasion get to them. They've looked edgy. Full of errors. You see a total of 21. Game not yet done. That's too many to see any kind of consistent quality rugby league. Well,
they've got to give credit to John Keir, because when he threw out the two substitutes, James Brown and Tom Lillicrop, really changed the complexion. They are really taking it towards this Dewsbury side, and the power of both those two have set them up for what probably will be a win.
Great run. Hit a great line there, Luke Blake. That's Alistair Leake. Now Southernwood. Word on. You mentioned about John Keir. Well, he also brought Pat Walker on, of course, Steve Owen. His kicking has been absolutely vital to this. 5 from 5. Going for the drop goal. Got it. Extends the advantage to 3 points.
Again, a very, very strange decision when you think about it. You establish a 3-point lead, fair enough, but
yeah,
you're giving up possession, and well, you're not giving up possession, but you're giving up territory, and you're inviting Dewsbury now to basically come and have a crack at you.
Well, and obviously they should be going for the short kickoff. Yes, it was strange, especially with the fact that we've still got 6 minutes remaining in the game, and a lot can happen.
Well, it kind of signifies, I think, that the confidence that Batley have in themselves. They've just simply, they've now turned the ball over. They've put themselves in a very vulnerable position. Kicking the ball dead in goal and keeping down the other end of the field would have been a far better option.
Yeah, the short kick-off and Dewsbury come up with it. Are they going to make Batley pay? Are they going to make Pat Walker pay for that decision? 3 the difference. Hunting 4 here now. Dewsbury Rams. Gledhill with the tackle. Southernwood clings on.
If I was at Batley, I'd be finding out where Paul Sykes is.
Inside the last 7 minutes, that's Shane Grady who's trying to get himself over. Denied a metre short. 3 in the tackle. 4 gone. John Keir watches on. Here is Adamson. Adamson for Sykes. Sykes looping past to this near side. Oh, Retty's hunting the intercept. Look at the frustration on Wayne Retty.
I'll tell you what, he may have knocked on, and he may have given up the chance of securing the victory for Batley, but he's also saved a try. And I think you've got to take the two in balance. John Keir's initial reaction is one of disappointment, but that man there has saved a certain 4-pointer, because I think Dalton Grant goes in at the corner, but for that involvement. He could have put the game to bed. That would have been the jackpot play. But so far he's repelled Dewsbury just for another minute or so.
Hasn't Wayne Retty's only just about recovered from that fantastic run he made about 4 or 5 minutes ago. Took an awful lot out of him, but enough experience, enough guile to read the play from Paul Sykes. He knew what was going to happen and pushed up and made the difference.
Uwasale drove the ball in. This now is Shane Grady. Denied a couple of moments ago, just a metre short. Pass to the right hand side, and what a hit that is from Alugia.
Not the best pass though. He had to go up into the air and it loses his balance, and it was a big hit, wasn't it?
It's brought the house down here in Blackpool, that hit.
It had to be timed well as well. It had to be the split second that Alugia hits him. He cannot go any earlier than this, otherwise that would have been a penalty to Dewsbury. It's Andy Kane who goes open to short side, finds the ball, and Alugia, rightly so, taking the plaudits from his teammates. A really, really important moment in the context of this game.
Almost into the 76th minute. Here is Alugia in attack now. Well, taken down by 3.
2 key pieces of defensive play. One by Wayne Retty, the knock-on in the intercept attempt that I think almost 100% prevented a try from Dalton Grant, and then that involvement by Chris Alugia on the other flank. Perfectly timed cover tackle, and Batley now, they need to play out this set, find the kick to the corner, take it out of play and chew up some time, because they could potentially have this game sewn up with those 2 defensive efforts.
Blake on halfway, Lillicrop crashes into the defence.
Well, it was a strange decision, wasn't it, for Pat Walker to go for the 1 point, but it looks as though they're going to get their opportunity.
Rambani's kick ricochets.
I don't think he played at that. This should be Dewsbury head and feed, surely. I don't think he moved. It looks... It's on the last, so it's the turnover. He's a bit confused. It's John Keir. He thought perhaps that the Dewsbury player going to pass it. They're still in with an opportunity. They've got to make sure they don't give a silly penalty away now, Batley.
I mean, the ball's coming at him on 100 miles an hour, but Paul Sykes does make a movement towards that ball.
3 to go, 3 the difference. Farrell for Dewsbury. Into the tackle of Lillicrop there. Gledhill in there as well for the Bulldogs. Now, it's Walker, it's good pass. Sykes under the tackle there of Minikin. Gledhill now. Crooks, I beg your pardon.
Oh, it's a lovely one-on-one steal. It's a really brave play to go for, I think, at this stage in the game.
James
but
Brown.
He's come up with it as James Brown, and then they got the penalty off the back of that. I can't oversell how brave a decision that is. It's Jason Crooks in possession. To attempt that 3 points ahead is a really, really positive, brave move by the Batley player.
To attempt it and to complete it successfully. Leak. Now Gledhill.
They've literally just got to complete this set now, Ben.
This is Lillicrop.
Just need to slow time, slow down these play the balls. Error-free rugby. You don't need to attack or ask too many more questions of this Dewsbury defensive line. Although Brown wants to get on with it.
James Brown gets his side to within 18 metres of that Dewsbury line. Alistair Leak. Spinning. Can't get away from Matt Grote though. Walker, which way? Left for Lillicrop.
He's been impressive as well, hasn't he, Lillicrop, since his introduction to the game. Very direct, very aggressive.
Inside the last minute. Last one for Batley. They've gone for it again. They've got it again. It's going to be a 4-point lead.
Well, it's Don Bambani with a second drop goal, but you've got to ask yourself the same question. You've left 40 seconds on the clock. You're giving one of the best kickers in the game the chance to restart, something they've already proven they can do, and put yourself under some real pressure. They are 4 points clear. The kickoff's coming from Sykes.
25 seconds to go. Batley come up with it. Alugia.
Well, in which case the drop goal was a sensational idea, because they've got away with it of Batley.
4 tries apiece. It's the kicking of Walker that's done it.
It's Matt Grote who's started all this. He's come in very aggressive. The final hoot has gone, Ben. This might take a little bit of sorting out though.
There goes the hooter. No, the referee has not blown full time yet. As the players to pumped up end to this game, as you would expect.
Oh, that's a really, really poor end to the game from a man who I think's had a really positive contribution, albeit in defeat to Dewsbury. Joel Farrell. Well, the referee looks to have waved. No, he's not. He's addressing the players, saying we can't blow time until we've dealt with this, because the man in your picture may have a couple of questions to answer. Unsportsmanlike conduct at best, Ben. At worst, he may be spending some time on the sidelines in the coming weeks.
It didn't look good. It didn't look good. Tom Grant.
Okay, we put the last penalty to Batley.
Batley penalty is the decision.
Well, this will go into touch, and that'll be the end of play.
That is the end of this one. Batley winning by 28 points to 24.